Rob?
Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Rogues in the Batman universe, and I know what you're saying. You're looking at your screen right here and you're going, hey Rob, wait a minute. I just clicked on this video. I thought you said with Shazam that was going to be your last figure for 2013. Well, I kind of lied because I received a couple other figures. I've got 3 that I would like to try and review and get kind of squeezed in here by the end of the year. I'm putting together my year-end video of my favorite figures and things that I've reviewed on this channel for 2013. And I'd asked for these for Christmas, didn't get them. I thought, okay, that's for certain. Well, then I got a gift card, and I love getting gift cards, but it was to my local comic book shop, and I was able to pick up the last 2 figures from this wave, and I thought it'd be really nice to hopefully include these last 2 figures at least in the picking order. So I've got at least 2 more videos, this one and one more, maybe a third of a last figure. But nonetheless, today we're taking a look at Bane from Batman Arkham Origins by DC Collectibles. And it probably goes without saying that I'm a huge fan of the game. I'm just not understanding why people are still complaining about the game. Yes, there was some glitchiness, but I think people who had the Xbox version of the game have way more glitches than I do. And some people were putting off the multiplayer. That's kind of funny. People are like, oh, multiplayer is going to ruin the game. No, it's not going to ruin the game. You're either going to play the multiplayer or you're not. It doesn't change the campaign of the game. It's not missing anything, but it's kind of funny. Me and some other people are like, I can't ever get into the multiplayer room. For some people saying, I am never going to play the multiplayer, are the same ones that are complaining about not being able to get into the multiplayer. So I would like to think that they are going to fix that problem. December 31st, the Batman Arkham website is going to announce something else. I'm thinking it's going to be a DLC for the game. Some people are thinking it's going to be for Arkham 4. Arkham Origins is still only a few months old, and there's still a lot more that they want to try and do with the game, at least one more DLC. So I don't think they're going to announce an Arkham 4 until they've squeezed everything out of Arkham Origins. And nonetheless, this is a figure that once I saw him, I thought, well, I'm definitely going to get him because I don't have the Arkham City or the Arkham Asylum Bane. The Bane from Arkham Asylum was all hunched over, and I didn't like the way he looked, even in the game a little bit. I know they're kind of reimagining some of the figures and some of the character designs. The Arkham City 2-pack with Bane and Batman, that Bane is standing a lot taller. He's not hunched over. I kind of thought about him. But once DC Collectibles said they were going to do this Bane, and I like this Bane design so much better, this is going to be my go-to Bane on my Arkham Asylum shelf. The other packaging, Bane supports the biggest packaging and a cardboard packaging that the other figures don't. Here is the Joker right here off the side, so you can see that packaging. They probably could have done Bane in that packaging. It would have been really tight, but I think they probably could have got him. But it's nice to see this is probably what they're going to do with the bigger figures. And I was thinking that, okay, Bane's going to be a large figure. He's probably going to be a deluxe. And he's not. $22.99 if you can see the price at my comic book shop. But I had a gift card, so I ended up having 49 cents left on my gift card. Thank you, in-laws. Price didn't bother me, but I was kind of surprised that the price for Bane was the same as Batman, Joker, and Black Mask. So looks like Killer Croc is going to be the same way. There's the side art, which is the typical traditional Batman Arkham Origins image, one of the first ones that we ever saw from the game. Side art's the same. The back is pretty much exactly the same. I'm going to look at them here both. Yes, the write-ups are exactly the same as I thought they would be. So I am not going to read this. I will tell you to go back to see the previous Arkham videos just so I'm not constantly rereading the same thing over and over and over. But the figures that make up this wave that I could say I now have all of Series 1 are Batman, the Joker, which we haven't reviewed yet, Black Mask, and Bane. I still like this Black Mask figure quite a bit, as I'm a big Black Mask fan, and it's the only Black Mask that I have. So, we will stop the rambling right here. We will get this big bad boy out of package, and then we can continue to break the bat. Alright, we got Bane out of packaging, and DC Collectibles is really liking to vacuum seal around the head and the hands and get him kind of like recessed in. Yeah, I guess they don't want people stealing them, and they want to make sure that the figures are staying in the package. But trying to get them out of the package after I buy them is kind of a pain, but I get what they're trying to do, so I was having to cut some of the other plastic around and kind of tear it around in a way so I didn't break or snap anything or twist something. Something I did forget to mention on the top of Bane's box, he had a very a nice looking bat window that you could have seen down in the side of the package, and I like the little scene here, and I've thought about pulling this out and maybe using it as a backdrop for some of my other Arkham City figures. I really like that. There's no other writing on it, and might be a nice little backdrop to do, so I might give that a whirl. Hopefully everything's all intact in there, it's not in pieces. But the very big and beefy Bane, I like the design of Bane. Let me get a little extra light here. I didn't mind the design with Bane, and I know with a lot of people they would have wanted to have seen the mouth be covered over, so he looks more like the traditional looking Bane, but for some reason in cartoons and video games that they want to be able to see the mouth move. I don't think there's any need to see the mouth move. I think it would have been more impressive and more dominating. For one, it would have separated Bane's goons from Bane. Yes, he's bigger and got all the tubes and everything, but with having his mouth covered there, felt that would have been pretty cool. A lot of his henchmen in the game are wearing the same type of mask. So, but anyway, I would still be scared crapless if he came clumbering down the alleyway. I like the design. He's almost Rob Liefeld in his design with all the packages. I still have Christmas on my mind. Buckles and pouches and grenades and holsters and just all the accoutrements. There's the big word for the day. Like gymnasium. That he has all over him. A nice militaristic look for Bane. Very, very cool. I'm digging the design. I love the Arkham Origins look and the whole Batman Arkham universe as a whole. I'm really digging it. At first, I wasn't that big on it until playing Arkham City, and then now I'm really hooked. And a part of me almost wishes that was current DC continuity. Maybe not have killed the Joker, but you know, I like the look. And I'm kind of looking at some other things here. I don't think so. I don't think I'm looking at the articulation here. I thought his boots moved. It sure looks like they could and should. Oh, okay, they do. That always worries me when you get a figure. It's like it looks like the articulation works. Normally we start from the top and work our way down, but since I'm already fiddling with the boots, what's that all about? We will do the boots first. Now I got the boot to swivel on this foot, and I can't quite get the other one to swivel. But as you can tell, I can't get the other one to swivel because the knee is swiveling. So he bends at the knee, swivels at the knee. I can't get this boot to turn, but this one does. So if this one does, I know this one does, unless something's really wacky. Let's back it out here a little bit. It's weird going backwards here. Legs go up decently. This one could go up a lot higher. If there's anything else here. Yeah, his right leg should go up a little higher, but this grenade is in the way, which I think that is poor placement on the part of DC Collectibles. If they were to move this down a little bit, even if that's how he was drawn in the game and designed, it's not a good design for your figure that this leg won't move. So this one can, but hey. No ab, crunch, waist, swivel, turn, or pivot at all. I don't get why they do some of the articulation the way they do. A beautifully sculpted figure, but then it's like they go, what can we do to kind of mess up the articulation that makes it really wacky, that in some aspects you can't do a whole lot with him. I mean, you can. He's going to look really nice standing on my shelf in the vanilla stance, but in an action stance, I'm not so sure. His arms go forward and back, still really stiff. They're on a slight, that is all you're going to get, a ball joint. Again, because of the way it's designed, you've got this shoulder piece that is hitting this brace here, so that's all the farther the arm goes, which is kind of poor. If this would have been rubber and they would have brought this down just a little bit more somehow, or found some way to make that work, I think that would have been a lot better. So that's as far as the arm's going to go. I think he could do a 360. He can get pretty close. You've got this piece of wiring here that after a while is going to get pulled tight, and I don't see that this one comes off. Some of these hoses do pop in and out. Hopefully I have him in frame here. He bends at the elbow. It's not anything really exciting enough to write home about. Goes straight. It does swivel, so you can get some weird abnormal poses out of it. His hand, get to go there, twists, which is good. Can be kind of hard to do the breaking of the bat. You could kind of get it. You can see the opening of the joint there. Kind of see some of the oil if I can get in there. So that might have been something they probably could have and should have hid. So you get him up here, it's not too bad. So you could kind of get, if you wanted to have Batman over Bane's head, you could kind of do it. If I bring this back out a little bit there, Rob, I could place Batman in there some way and get Bane looking up. He does have a very good range of motion out of his head, which I really, really like. You can get Bane looking in a lot of different, should I break your back this way? Maybe break it there, or snap your head back. So, very good dynamic movement. Unlike the DC Universe Classics figure, there's no tube on the back that keeps popping out. But, as you can see, there are tubes that are popping in and out of Bane from different places. In Anthony's review, and I think the review spot reviewed this guy, I've watched so many reviews, I'm having a hard time remembering everybody that reviewed Bane, so please forgive me if I didn't mention anybody else but those two people. But these tubes fit right back in, so if you're positioning your figure some way and they pop out, it's not going to be that much of a hassle to put them back in. I'm happy with the figure. This is just something I would love to be in a board meeting and them say, okay, we want to invite a bunch of fans, and we're going to start going through the discussion process of how we're going to build the figure. So then we can go, no, wait, don't do that. Why are you doing that? Change this, move that. Beautiful looking figure. I am so glad to have him on my collection. He's going to look great standing there next to Batman, but at the same time, he could have been sculpted, or not sculpted, articulated just a little bit better. Thought I'd bring my DC Universe Classics Bane up here so you can kind of see the height size. And the Arkham Origins figure is bigger than the Collect and Connect Bane, even with his arms almost standing up there. Yes, his arms work a lot better than this Bane's. But you could just take a look in the sculpting. I mean, this Bane's going to win, but I guess it's depending on which version of Bane you like. I mean, this is the nice classic, original, first appearance of Bane. I love that look. But the Arkham Origin look looks fantastic as well. And here is my Killer Croc figure from ODC. That's me. Thank you, brother, for hooking me up with this guy. And now Bane looks like he is the short one out of the bunch so far that we've kind of looked at height and size-wise. There's another guy I want to see with Bane here. I don't know about you, but this is not going to end well. I really like the size height between Batman and Bane, and I mean, it's going to be so cool getting him on my shelf and just posing the Arkham City figures and the Arkham Asylum figures and the Arkham Origins figures all together and kind of mixing them up and just kind of seeing what kind of cool poses I can get some of these guys in. And some are just going to be very vanilla in their stance, and others I think I can do some pretty cool stuff with. Alright, in closing, I like this Bane. He's got kind of gimpy arms a little bit, like he doesn't know exactly what to do with his big massive arms. So you've got him in some weird little poses. If you've got his arms up and out, they're not so bad, but he's not going to be a figure that you're going to get his arms down by his side. That's all the farther these shoulder joints move in. This elbow can actually hyperextend itself forward and back. So it'll be one of those I'll probably have him with his arm out, or maybe one hand out like he's wanting something, and another one with his kind of a fist up in the air. So it'll look cool on the shelf. But at this time, normally I would bring up the other figures from the line that we've looked at so far, but you're probably going to click on the next video, which would be the Jokers, and then we can see the completed Wave 1 of Batman Arkham Origins. So why don't you do that? Depending on when I upload that next video. It'll be up before the end of the year. But today we've been taking a look at Bane from Batman Arkham Origins, Series 1 from DC Collectibles. And as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues and the Batman Universe signing off saying we will see you guys next time.